Hello.
Yeah, now you can see me, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So, as we know, we are here to talk about the Fire Rises, this book. The author is with us now, and we'll just discuss about this beautiful book. Okay. Hussein, welcome and good
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you, Prashant. Thanks a
Uh,
lot.
yeah. Hussein, just introduce yourself about your education, career, personal life.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Thanks a lot, Prashant, for arranging this live.
Yeah.
So, to everyone who has joined and who will probably see this. So, about myself, my name is Husain Yatnatti, and I hail from Belgaum, Karnataka, which falls in the northern part of Karnataka, which is the winter capital of Karnataka state.
Yeah.
And I am the second child to my parents. My father being a government civil engineer, and I have
Okay.
an elder brother who also happens to be a civil engineer in the government. And I happen to be the odd one out in the family who went into the software industry, and I have been working in the software industry as a consultant for probably a decade and a half now. And before and along with that, I have also been a banker. I also been an aspirant to defense defense you mean defense wings of our Air Force, Army, and Navy. I also been an aspirant of UPSC Civil Services, and I also tried my hand at being an entrepreneur. Somehow it worked for some time, but it didn't later. And
Okay.
yeah, and I also have a hobby of writing, as you all have come to know through my book, The Fire Rises. And currently, I work in a Hyderabad-based company, and I frequent between Hyderabad, Bangalore, and some other parts of the world. And
Okay.
I'm married, and I have a 7-year-old kid as well. So
Okay.
that's all about.
Okay. Good to know that you are such a versatile personality. So,
Thank you so much.
so Hussein, apart
Yeah.
from writing, what are your other hobbies?
Other hobbies, I would say, first and foremost, is I like to play classical guitar,
Okay.
classical and flamenco. I like the sound of that wooden flamenco guitar a lot. So whenever I get time, I try to practice some new rhythms and songs. And
Okay.
I also like to learn new languages. Currently,
Okay.
I have a B1 certification in Spanish. I also
Oh,
know a little bit of Turkish, and I'm planning to learn Dutch probably this year or the next. Let's see how it goes.
you're truly versatile.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I also love riding bikes and driving car. So, funnily, I have written about it in the book as well.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
I, how I experienced certain accidents and scared some people in my family every time I take the steering.
So, talking about many languages, multilingual personality we have here. So, are we going to see any book in other language?
I would love to do it. I think I am closer to doing it in Spanish because I have learned some good vocabulary over there. It's not very different from English, but the way it
Okay.
is presented, the subject, object, verb, the structure, it's a little different. But again, Spanish is very easy to learn.
Okay. Okay. So, was it the Duolingo app?
Yes, you're right. I did Duolingo, but again, for certification, you will have to subscribe to another app. But
Okay.
Duolingo is the best app to learn any language.
Yeah. The owl is there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, brilliant.
So, Hussein, moving
Yeah.
on. So, what magic is this? And what inspired you to write such a beautiful book?
Actually, to be frank, this book was in the making for many years, but the problem was that I didn't have a way to structure it.
Okay.
like we have thoughts about multiple things, but I
Hmm.
didn't have an idea how to compile them, how to present them. Initially, when I started compiling all this, I felt like I was just expressing my frustration, or
Okay.
giving a rant. But again, when I understood how something is supposed to be compiled and structured, then I understood that okay, now it is in the form of getting published. So
Okay.
all these thoughts have come from all the experiences I have had in my life, whether good experiences or bad experiences, everything combined into one.
Okay. So you wrote it, or was it digital, like on laptop or
Yeah, it
smartphone?
was laptop. It was laptop because again, anyhow, I will have to convert it into Kindle
Digital.
version, right? So
Yeah.
why take extra effort?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would like to know what were the struggles writing this book?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. See, now you are also a writer who you have written three books. I know that, so you can also relate to this because see, when I started writing this book, I remember that I had written the first draft very effortlessly. But then when I started to edit it, I had a very harrowing experience because one day you would feel that I have written something good that everybody is going to read it, but
Yes.
then the next day you will again have some kind of self doubts. You will feel some kind of wavering in your self belief, thinking that okay, this is not the thing I wanted to convey. So
Okay.
that became very difficult. It was a
Okay.
roller coaster, sometimes up,
Oh,
sometimes down, and yeah. So when I again decided to finally publish it, at that point of time, it was again the same feeling that whether it will be that good, because end of the day, we as writers would definitely need some kind of validation, right? Even though
right.
we
Right.
might not crave for validation, but some validation would be good, because that's
Yeah.
how others would get to know that you have written something.
Right.
So that part was the scary part and the most challenging part.
Yeah. We start to compare with other writers and authors.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, okay. So, while I was reading your book, so there was a topic, BS filter. Okay.
Yeah.
So that felt very relatable. So tell us about this BS filter.
So BS filter, I know a lot of readers have asked me this, and they also commended it. So BS filter is basically an innate quality that we Indians have. It's a
Okay.
very specific quality that's not present anywhere else in the world, probably in some other parts of the world, but basically this is a lot endemic to Indians, because every
Okay.
time we go out to buy something or we go out to negotiate something, we are very tough negotiators.
Right.
So, so the famous dialogue, "Kitna deti hai," mileage, and also all these
Right.
things.
Right.
It's just an endemic part of our culture. So, and that filter, when I felt that a lot of in the last 3 or 4 years, that particular filter or that particular quality of ours is not living up to its potential. Somewhere we are losing it, losing
Losing
that
it.
knack, because
Okay.
if you see the prices of houses going up, prices of commodities going up, prices of services going up, we are not able to set that particular standard for each and everything. We
Right.
are just going with the flow, thinking that okay, India is in a phase where it is becoming a developing country. This is how
Hmm.
inflation is supposed to be, and
Yeah.
this is how things will be in the future. So
Hmm.
that kind of fatalistic thinking is taking a toll on that BS filter. So
Okay.
through that BS filter, I have tried to convey that we need to strengthen it, and
Okay.
this is the time to do that.
Ah. Okay. So, what was the age you found out this filter? At what age?
That's very difficult to say. I think probably when I went out with my father to buy some vegetables, you know. So
Ah,
probably I might have I might have felt that, but I didn't know how to label it. So that
right.
was a difficult, but probably I learned it to learn to label now. But I've been seeing it like everybody in India knows it, because whenever you go out to buy something, and you know, in the book also I have mentioned one experience with one of my friends who happens to be a very strong BS filter guy.
Right, right, right.
So all these experiences, they just built up that concept that somehow we know how to haggle, we know how to bargain, how to bring out the correct price. And even when I started working, I'll tell you that when Indians work with people from other countries, other geographies, we always
Hmm.
make sure that whenever we are procuring some software, we make
Ah,
sure that we pay the right price. And
okay,
people abroad, they get very scared when they are about to negotiate with Indians.
okay.
Yeah. I have seen this,
So,
you know, in my own industry. Even Indians who are staying abroad, probably
hmm,
they are working in organizations where they have procured some software. So instead of those people arguing, Indians argue on their behalf to set the right price. So it's like,
okay.
even though you have gone out of India, the India has not gone out of you.
Exactly. So India is a price sensitive market.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So moving on, Hussein, what impact do you expect your book to have on people?
So see, I didn't have any specific agenda when I was writing this book, but I feel like, you know, when people pick up my book, they should feel that whatever qualities they have uh, innate in them, you know, because I have not written something that is different. I have just tried to reiterate whatever we have. I've
Yeah,
just tried to, you know, make remind everyone that what are the qualities we have as a nation. Because this book is specific to Indians. It's not again. A lot of people from abroad also asked me whether we can buy this book and read it. I,
yeah,
I mentioned very clearly that probably you'll not be able to understand certain things because it is
right.
very specific to India. So whatever I have written is very specific, and it's more of a reminder that whatever qualities we have to use them to the maximum potential of theirs. So that is
Okay,
what impact I'm saying.
okay. So have you encountered any person who has, read your book and it was helpful for them?
Yes, yes. I recently spoke to a friend of mine, uh, and he was having some troubles with his marriage, and probably I think he has read the chapter related to defiance with love and respect.
Yes,
So he said that
yes,
that made a real difference to him in handling his relationship and handling the way that handling the family dynamics specifically.
okay,
So that really helped him get a perspective.
okay.
And I got some more positive comments from other family members as well, and mentioning that, you know, they were having troubles handling their own children. So when they
Ah,
read that, they understood like how we are supposed to handle this.
okay,
That was really heartening to hear.
okay. So it was helpful.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
So, Hussein, do you read self-help or, like motivational books?
Yeah, yeah. I do read, Prashant, but the thing is, I don't go for books which, you know, have a very specific pattern of teaching. So for example, if you take certain self-help books, there will be a pattern which the author will mention, because they might be of the opinion that whatever they have mentioned in their books will help each and everybody, you know. It's not like tailoring to the needs of the reader. So I would like to read self-help books mainly in order to read a specific message,
Okay,
and 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 whenever the self-help books have a specific message, right? So definitely you get
Yes,
to know that you are learning something new.
exactly. And Hussein, what are your all-time three favorite books?
Oh, that's difficult, but let me try. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, I have compiled a list of three. First one is right in front of me. It's Guns, Germs, and Steel
Okay.
by Jared Diamond. It's an
Okay.
amazing book about the history of humanity. So it's a
Hmm.
mind-blowing book, and it explains the history of humanity right from the time of when the humans started from gatherers, hunters and gatherers to again sedentary societies. So it's really fascinating. And
Okay.
secondly, I would say it's a little controversial,
Hmm.
but again, anybody who wants to write in future, uh, definitely they need to read this. It's Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf
Okay.
or My Struggle. It has a very unique style and flair, very incriminating and very controversial. But the way the book is written, the kind of thoughts expressed, or I'm not recommending following any of those thoughts, but the writing style and the emotional part of it, how it hits the readers. So that part
Okay.
is really very different. And
Okay.
third one, and I would say the most important one, is the English translation of Bhagavad Gita.
Oh,
Uh,
very nice.
and I would, in my opinion, I would say that that is the greatest self-help book that was ever written, because every self-help book you see out there in the market, it's just a derivation or a reiteration of the same concepts.
Right.
Uh, how to detach yourself from the victories or the losses. So basically, that part was very fascinating for me when I read, because I hadn't read it in Sanskrit or the other languages, but when I read it in English, I understood what is the exact gist of the book. Because
Yeah.
earlier, like how people say that it might be a book of religious instruction, but it is a more of a profound conversation between a mentor and a disciple.
Right. Right.
So these three books, I would say, my most favorite. I have a lot of them,
Yeah.
but these three would be on the top.
Okay. Very nice. Hussein, are there any
Yeah.
specific authors you like to read?
Specific authors, there are many. Usually, the genres I read are both fiction and non-fiction, and even in non-fiction also, I have very varied interests. Like I sometimes I read history, sometimes I read uh, neuroscience books a lot. Sometimes I read theoretical physics also a lot. So
Okay.
my favorite authors would be in fiction. I would say Dan Brown. Dan Brown was like kind of an
Okay.
initiator for me in the early days
Yes.
when I read the Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code. So
Yeah.
and then Stephen King, hands down,
Yeah.
he is awesome. And I also like the way Neil Gaiman writes. If you have read American Gods, so he's
Hmm.
one of the most fascinating writers I have ever read. And coming to
Okay.
non-fiction, I would say uh, in theoretical physics, always read Richard Feynman,
Okay.
amazing Nobel Prize winning physicist. And then I read Neil deGrasse Tyson, and
Yeah.
in neuroscience I read Lisa Feldman Barrett. She's an amazing neuroscientist. Yeah,
Okay.
I have quite a couple of them.
Yeah. Very good. Do you prefer ebooks, paperbacks, or audiobooks? What is your way?
uh, Depending on the need. For example, if I am sitting somewhere waiting for someone, if I have phone in the hand, ebook. If I am in home sitting
Okay.
in a cozy place, I go for paperback. And if I am
Okay.
driving, I want to listen something, go for audiobook. So all three formats work for me.
Okay. So actually, what happens is whenever I try to listen to audiobook, so it is like we are doing something and we have to just listen to the book. So I
Yeah,
don't like that idea. Actually, I like to, give my 100% while reading the book, a particular
correct,
book. So
correct.
only ebook and paperbacks are good for me. And
Yeah,
audiobooks, I've never subscribed. I have never listened to any audiobook. So
yeah,
it is not for me, I guess.
yeah. You're right.
So
You're right.
moving
It
on.
needs a lot of attention. Lot of attention.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when the book is fiction, you have to pay
Hmm.
your full attention.
Yes, yes. You're right. You're right. Absolutely right.
So Hussein, after publishing your book, what were the positive changes you felt in your life?
Uh, After publishing, it was a great relief. You know, uh, it is a feeling that you get after doing something, achieving something personal. Because
Yeah,
whenever we set out to do something and complete it, that feeling is out of the world, and that feeling is something that nobody can steal from you. It is something
right.
you earn. So
Yeah,
after publishing, I think I felt a great relief that I did something. I expressed my thoughts in a format. After doing all the editing work, proofreading work, when I completely published it and threw it open,
yeah,
I knew that okay, now I have done something in life, so I'll not go unnoticed. So
yeah.
the greatest fear of a writer is, going unnoticed even after writing. So that fear was gone when I published.
Good. Yeah. So, how was the response of your friends after publishing the book? Your neighbors
Oh,
or, relatives?
friends were ecstatic, uh, and you know they were on the top of the whatever I would say. But and family was very happy, and
Okay.
relatives, they were some were happy, some were outraged. you know, like yeah. It's like घर घर की कहानी.
Typical
Some
relatives.
relatives might might not be expecting that अरे ये क्या कर लेगा. So when they when they saw that okay, this guy has published, so they started to purchase and read the book. So it was a great feeling. It was a kind of validation that as a writer or as a person who has some kind of skill, I felt validated, that I got some validation from all these people.
Okay, great. So Hussein,
Yeah.
according to you, now your theme of the book is, particularly patriotism. So, what do you think are the hurdles India has to overcome when, being if it wants to be a developed nation?
Okay. See, I'd like to just add one small story to this. I had been to Europe 2 years back. I traveled in Netherlands, Belgium, and France. And when I traveled there, I didn't find much difference with respect to infrastructure or the machineries or the kind of buses or trains that we use. So it was very much similar. The one difference that I felt was the attitude of the people, the civic sense.
Okay,
And when I came back, I realized that if that one problem is solved, if we have good civic sense, if we know that we are not just respecting our own existence but also respecting our coexistence with other people, and
okay,
have that respect and courtesy and maintain that civic sense, then there is no doubt that within a day we will become a developed country. There is nothing stopping India from becoming a developed country.
right,
Only that thing is lacking. So if you say that the next morning you see everywhere people are being disciplined, people are being polite, people are having good civic sense, then what is the difference? We are keeping our streets clean, we are keeping our neighborhoods and localities clean. Then you won't
right,
find any difference between a foreign country and India. So that is
Okay.
the only one hurdle. Other than that, I don't
Yeah.
see any hurdle.
Okay. So this was also a inspiration to write this book.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Because end of the day, see, what makes a country develop? It's the people. It's not fancy roads or fancy buildings, fancy machines. No, it's the people.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Hussein, now moving on, we'll talk about movies. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of movies do you like?
I think you might have found out by now by the subtitle of the book.
Yeah.
so, I'll be a bit nostalgic with respect to that because in today's time I haven't seen any movie with that kind of cult favoritism. The last movie
Okay.
I saw was Hrithik Roshan's Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. I think that had some
Okay.
kind of raw emotions. So whatever movies have
Yeah.
kind of raw emotions in them, right? So that is
Yes.
that is the kind of movies that I would like to watch.
Okay. Do you think Bollywood has changed from, 2013 after that? Bollywood
Yes,
has not given many good movies.
yes, yes. And the problem is that they are not respecting good story writers. That is the problem. So unless until
Okay.
you have good story writer, you are not respecting the good story writers. You are not having good stories. You are just relying on some kind of commercial formulas, to
Yeah.
make quick money, quick bucks. So you are not going to
Yes.
make a mark in the minds of people. I think I have added this
Exactly.
part also in the book where I mentioned
Yeah. Yeah.
for movies to be memorable, because
Yeah.
they also teach us. Movies also teach us. Movies also shape us. So if
Yeah.
movies are not going to be of that quality, then definitely it would be a great disservice.
So there should be, entertaining movies, and along with that, we have to have good movies with good story.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
So, do you
but
think
yeah,
there should be any percentage?
sorry, what is that?
Do you think there should be any percentage for that? Like entertainment movies out of 10, five should be entertainment movies, and five should be for the with the movies with the good story.
Yeah, see, entertainment is again very subjective, right? So if you see
Right.
that movie, Rang De Basanti only, so it is
Yeah.
entertainment and entertaining right up to the point of that exact resolution of the story. Even the beginning
Right.
and the conflict of that entire part of the story is entertaining. So
Right.
you
Right.
could see that audience was in splits till the time that scene came where everybody sacrificed their lives. So
Right.
that
Right.
part of story writing is missing a lot in Bollywood.
Exactly. And do you like to watch Hollywood movies?
Yes, yes, absolutely. You can see
Which is your
at the back.
favorite?
You can see at the back all the quotes have been framed. My favorite. some of
Okay. Oh.
some of the movies. so the some of my favorites include Godfather, uh, and Lord of the Rings trilogy, and
Okay.
also Star Wars. If anybody wants to know how a story is written, they should compulsorily watch the initial six movies of Star Wars.
Star Wars. Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
amazing.
so, uh, yeah, certainly. Hussein,
Yep.
so you have written Rande Basanti. Okay. So
Yeah.
why this particular movie? Why not other movies? Like, we also have very good patriotic movies. Teamwork is shown in Chak De India.
Hmm.
So, why this particular movie came to your mind?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So, Rang De Basanti, I think, came out in 2006, and I
Right.
was in second year of my engineering. And
Okay.
right after 2 years, I completed my engineering, and 2008 was a big turning point in the history of post 9/11 India.
Right,
So,
right.
2008, lot of things happened. Mumbai attacks had happened, and
Yeah,
then right after that, there were a lot of scams being unearthed by our journalists, and
yeah,
uh, so many scams are also happening in cricket as well, IPL scandals and everything. And right after that, again in 2012, we were hit by the Nirbhaya case. So what
yeah,
happened? What is the common thing in all of these things, all of these incidents, is that whenever there is a problem in India, if you look at current scenario, we see that we become polarized. Some people
yeah.
start taking sides, whether they will
Hmm.
side with the person who has done the wrong thing, or people who side with the victims. But here in these
Okay.
scenarios, in these incidents, there was no polarization at that point of time.
Hmm.
Everybody was
Okay.
speaking in one voice. They said enough is enough. We will not
Hmm.
compromise on our security. We will not compromise on the security of our female members of our family. and
Right.
and that was one of the biggest reasons why the government of the day in those days lost the mandate of the people in the elections next.
Okay.
And that was a big thing. And somewhere Rang De Basanti was a movie which foreshadowed all these things.
Right.
It foreshadowed all those things. So
Yeah.
I felt that that would be a great frame of reference for my generation, someone who is born in the late 80s and who was just out of engineering and looking for a way to make in this world. So I saw that particular movie would be a great frame of reference.
Okay.
And also
Okay.
Rang De Basanti is not just a movie. It's basically a clarion call given during the independence movement by Bhagat Singh and all
Yeah.
the comrades. So
Yeah.
that particular clarion call was remembered in 2006, from 1932 to 2006, and I thought, why
Yes.
not re-remember it again in 2025?
Certainly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Hussein,
Yeah.
do you like fiction or non-fiction?
Oh, uh, fiction and non-fiction. I think both are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are good. I really can't, take sides. No polarization here.
But fiction teaches more or non-fiction teaches more.
It would depend on the author. Uh, for example, if you read Stephen King's books, right? Uh,
Yeah.
there are certain dialogues, which are supposed to be said in the real world. Then he tries to package it in the fictional world. It's very if
Yeah.
the author knows how to hit it here to the reader, then I think
Yeah.
that book is good. Whether it's fiction or non-fiction, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly. So, should new writers publish books, or they should create content on on social media like Instagram and YouTube? What are your views?
Content creation is fine. I believe that social media content creation, it's more like a snack. It's not a proper
Hmm.
nutrition for your mind.
Yeah.
You may
Yeah.
consume it for time being,
Yeah.
but if you're planning to spend time in it all day long, then definitely it's
Hmm.
not going to help. As
Okay.
someone who has read so many books, and also
Hmm.
the people who plan to read many books, definitely they
Hmm.
should think about writing books first. They should not
Okay.
go immediately into the social media sphere, because ultimately your opinion, if your opinion is nuanced, then people might like to read you more, and then you will have
Yeah.
a lot of readership. Otherwise, just you know relying on social media and the content creation, it will make you more
Hmm.
short sighted. That's what I feel.
Yeah. It is good for making money.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Quick money,
making,
quick fame.
making money, but who knows how to grab attention, it's good for them.
Yeah. Right. Right. So Hussein,
Yeah.
if you are planning to do any social work in future, so
Mhm.
what will you do? Yeah, what will you prefer doing?
Social work. My main focus would be on education and education of school children. That would be my focus because uh, even I mentioned this in the book as well, where I mentioned that there is nothing important in this world than raising a child. So if you are
Ah,
training the kids, if you are training the kids in their formative years and telling them how to have
yes.
how to be a responsible citizen, I think that will have a lot of advantage in the
Yeah.
future rather than giving freebies or doing other things which have no proper outcomes.
Okay. Yeah. So primary education is your main goal.
Primary education, right? Yeah, right.
Okay. So Hussein, if you want to give any message to our readers, what is that?
Uh, okay, so since we are on social media, so one message that I always give to everyone, not just people on social media, but everyone, is try to have a very balanced opinion on things,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
and never fall on the extreme ends of the opinion spectrum. Because once you start
Okay.
going extreme, you will miss out on the other, uh, you know, pros of the other side of the point of view. For example, if you
Okay.
like to read now, just to give an example, you might have heard about Daniel Goleman. Now, he is a
Yeah.
great proponent of emotional intelligence, and there
Yeah.
is another famous guy, psychiatrist known as Jordan Peterson. So these two
Hmm.
guys, uh, they are always at loggerheads with each other. Daniel
Okay.
Goleman talks about emotional intelligence, whereas Jordan Peterson, he says that emotional intelligence is a fake concept. So
Okay.
my advice would be that, just taking an example, my advice would be that read both of them. Get to
Okay.
know the pros and cons of both the sides instead of going to the extreme length of just following Daniel or following Jordan. So we
Yeah.
should have a balanced point of view, and
Right.
I think that's what will make you a person with a nuanced opinion and a balanced opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hussein, is there any upcoming book projects from you?
Upcoming, yes, I do have one project right now in my mind, and since I have been working as a project manager in my organization for a long time now, I'd like
Yeah.
to share that with everyone, because since that incident of Anna Sebastian, you must have heard in the news
Yeah.
that a consultant died because of heart attack or due to all the work related pressures, and somewhere I
Yeah.
felt that this the the responsibility of relieving that pressure was somewhere
Yeah.
missing by the managers, either her direct
Okay.
managers or her senior managers. So I think
Okay.
that part is missing in corporate India a lot. So probably
Hmm.
I'll try to share my experiences by
Yeah.
discussing with all the people who have worked under me. So I'll share all those things that I have done with the team members and how happy they were working under me.
Okay. So is there any movie related to that?
Sorry, Prashant. I think I didn't hear that.
I'll repeat. Is
Yeah.
there any movie related to your next book?
Movie, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I will have to find that reference. Probably by the time I am ready to publish, I might be able to find
Yeah.
a reference.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Hussein, it was very nice talking to you.
Yeah.
So please tell our viewers that where they can find this book.
Okay. So to everyone who wishes to read The Fire Rises, You can find this book on Amazon and Flipkart. And I think these are the two places which people frequent a lot. And if you wish to have a signed copy, then reach out to me. I'll share it with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So Hussein, we'll end our session here.
Yeah,
Thank you for giving your time,
yeah,
and I wish you best luck for your future books, future
yeah.
projects. Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Prashant. Thanks a lot for giving me this
Yeah.
opportunity. Thank you. Thanks to
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
who
Thank
joined.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.